This next story pissed me off more than I can express. This is from NBC. The superintendent of an Indiana school district was arrested and faces fraud charges for allegedly using her son's name to help a sick student receive medical treatment. Casey Smitherman, the superintendent of Elwood Community School Corporation, was charged with insurance fraud, identity deception, insurance application fraud, and official misconduct, court documents show. Police in Elwood, Indiana said they received a tip that Smitherman took a 15-year-old student to urgent care on January 9th after the teenager missed school because he had a sore throat, according to a probable cause affidavit. She was arrested, had to pay $500 to be released, and she'll either have to pay another fine or do community service. So there's this kid. He was sick. This adult from the school was concerned, found out he was sick. He didn't have insurance. He couldn't get medicine. She took him to one doctor's office. She was honest and upfront and said, "No, it's not my son, but it's a sick kid from the school, and I hope nothing's seriously wrong. Can you please do a checkup? And, he needs care. He needs attention." And the response from the first doctor's office was, "No, he's not your son. Can't be used under your insurance. We can't help you." Wow, okay. So she goes to another doctor, and what does she do? What any moral person would do, and she says, "Oh, this is my son. He's sick. Can you help him?" "Well, sure we can." Go through all of this, and that. Give him some antibiotics. She goes and fills the prescription, does it, as under her son's name, gives him the medicine, he gets better, but somebody finds out somehow, and then boom. She's charged with all these look at this laundry list of shit. You'd think she, was part of a gang and doing fucking drive-bys or something. Insurance fraud, identity deception, insurance application fraud, and official misconduct. Now, the part of this story that pissed me off more than anything else, I think, is that the school that she works at, they had to release a statement on this, and they basically said something along the lines of, "Hey, listen, we understand why she did it. For all the right reasons she did it, but we talked to her, and she knows that what she did was wrong." Now, they didn't fire her, to their credit. I'm happy they didn't fire her. But the fact that they released a statement, and in the statement they said, she knows what she did was wrong, no, that's not true. What she did is not wrong. What she did is 100% morally correct. It is the right thing to do. In fact, when you take, Philosophy 101 classes in college, one of the first, moral conundrums that they give you is, well, what would you do if a family member is dying and you can't afford the drugs, the medicine to make them better? What's the moral thing to do? Is the proper thing to do, the correct thing to do? Is it to let your loved one die because you have to follow the laws, and following the law is more important than preserving the life of a loved one? Or is the moral thing to do, go and steal the medicine to make sure that your loved one survives? And, I'm going deep in the memory bank here, but I'm relatively certain, the entire class was well, obviously you go steal the medicine. Why? Because they're not fucking idiots. Laws should only be laws insofar as it makes sense that they're laws. Now, I understand it's fair to make hey, that's a slippery slope, and that'll lead to maybe some right-wingers saying, "I don't agree with your ban on people having fucking Gatling guns." Okay, fair enough. There are instances where somebody's interpretation of what should and shouldn't be a law, their meter is so off that they're just wrong in their interpretation. That's a fair enough point, and I agree with that. However, there are some things where there are moral red lines, where you say anybody who's being reasonable about this is going to agree. You don't let this poor kid who's sick remain sick when you can fix it. You have the power to fix it. You have the authority to fix it. And it just requires doing something like getting fucking medicine under your son's name. So did she technically commit fraud? Yes. But guess what? This is reason number 14,722 why the system that we need to have is Medicare for all. Come the fuck on, man. This stuff is not rocket science. You know what happens under Medicare for all system? You get sick, and then you get help. That's the end of the story. That's it. I'm done. Wrap it up. Go home. What are we doing here? That's it. End of story. You're sick. You go to the doctor. You get help. You go get your medication. Everything is free at the point of service. You want to know why? our tax money, instead of funding bombing fucking brown babies overseas for no goddamn reason, instead of funding research and development for ExxonMobil, instead of funding $80 billion in quantitative easing to Wall Street, to big banks, as they continue to screw us, by the way, your money would go towards shit that would help you and regular folks. Ooh, crazy. It's what every other developed country does, but we don't do it. But see, the thing that drives me crazy is how we're in our own bubble in the United States. The fact that that school felt like we need to release a statement, and in that statement we're going to say, she knows she was wrong for what she did, that shows we still got so much fucking work to do. Because who are you appeasing when you say that? I got news for you. The only people you're appeasing, for-profit health insurance companies. That's it. And the drug companies. That's it. Everybody else is like, no, don't say you were wrong. You weren't wrong. The kid needed medicine. You got the kid medicine. You're a fucking hero. Don't say she's wrong. You're going to throw her under the bus like that? Are you fucking kidding me? She was right. The school should release a statement. This is a classic moral conundrum that's discussed in philosophy class, and we think she came to the right conclusion. We support Medicare for all. Nobody should have to be sick and not get medicine in the United States of America because they can't afford it. Why are we even having this conversation? Shame on the drug companies. Shame on the for-profit health insurance companies. It's time we stand up to these motherfuckers. These laws shouldn't exist. These rules shouldn't exist. You shouldn't have to go fucking bankrupt because you're sick. This stuff is fucking common sense, man. Stand up for what's right. Let's fight back against this. Let's get Medicare for all. We're done fucking around. She has a criminal record now because she helped a sick kid. What kind of a sick fucking indictment is that on our country?